Hello everybody, Glass Half Dead here. How's everyone doing? Awesome. So today I'm just going to do a very quick rundown of two games I just played, as it is the first game in the Kill Team campaign start for your local game store. And so I played my first two games tonight, although I think actually only one of them counts. Yeah, because you can only do one game a week. At least that's what my local game store is doing. I am going with Orks. Now, Orcs were the first kill team I built, or I listed off mentally, and if you recall back to those heady days, they were also the first kill team I reviewed. Pro tip, I'm going to re-review Orcs because when I did them originally, I didn't know what I was talking about, did I? I was just guessing. Now, I know the game, I've played games. I don't think I ever actually played my Orcs. So for anybody there that has maybe you're going through my back catalogue and you've just watched my Orc kill team videos, I hadn't played a game by that point, so you know. So yeah, but here we are. I've played multiple games, at least more than one. I can confirm that. And today I'm playing against Tyranids, as we can see. This was the same guy that used to run a Hormigant swarm, and he finally got away from the Hormigants and went with just Gene Stealers instead. And thank God, because those Hormigants were doing nothing. I'm running a pretty basic Orc list. I've got two Commandos, I've got three Big Gunners, I've got three Burner Boys, one of which is a Zealot, and I've got a Burner Spanner who is comms, and he's got a custom Mega Blaster. Because honestly, custom Mega Blasters, they're so orky. They're terrible. They're so bad. Don't use them. But I'm using them. And then I've got two Gretchen, and I've got a Boss Knob with what's he got? Custom Scorcher. I think that's what it's called anyway. Yeah. So there you go. Oh, he's demos, or he is a demo, and obviously my leader is a Grot because that's what you got to do in this game. A quick note on that actually. Part of me wants to feel a little bit cheesy for making my Gretchen my leader, and I do. I feel that's really cheesy because, to be clear, I'm not engaging at all. He is staying back and doing nothing. Okay? That's all he's doing. I mean, he's literally a command point battery, and that's it. So why not use the Burner Spanner or the Boss Knob? Fair question. Because all Orcs are toughness 4 and they all have a 6-up save. In the next two games I'm about to list off, I don't think I made a single armor save because everything was AP minus. No, I did make a save. I didn't, I failed it because I didn't roll a 6, but pretty terrible. And so if I want to be able to, it's really an issue with target saturation. If I run a flood of 20 boys across the board, the enemy's not going to know what to do. He's going to shoot at 20 boys. If I flood 19 boys and my leader across the board, there's no question. He's going to say, okay, well, I'm going to kill your leader. Right? So, there you go. And there is zero survivability with Orcs. So, is it cheesy? Yeah, a little bit. There's literally no other option. Sad but true. Okay, so that's my list. His list, as we can see here, was a Tyranid Warrior with Venom Cannon, I guess 5 Gene Stealers, one with Acid Maw, one with Flesh Hooks, and another Tyranid Warrior just with a Death Spitter, I think. I don't remember. And we are playing Terror Tactics, so you get 2 victory points for every model you get off the other player's board edge. This is how we deployed. This is another angle of us deployed. You can see my boys in there. It's all looking lovely. It's my custom Mega Blaster up top, doing the Lord's work. Sorry, doing Gork's work. And here we see us in turn 1 after we've all moved. I advanced everyone apart from all the guys in my building. There's 4 guys there. That's 3 big shooters and my custom Mega Blaster Spanner Boy, whatever his name is. Uh, yep. I was rolling very nicely today. It was good stuff. After turn 2, we see that he very rudely, I felt, killed my custom Mega Blaster. I had my commandos go up to the second floor, the intention there being that they be within 12 inches to shoot with their pistols at his very nasty barbed strangler guy. Everybody else advanced, apart from my burner zealot, who actually made a charge against a gene stealer, failed it, only rolling a 7 when he needed a whopping 9. Don't forget, orcs can reroll their charge. Well, you can reroll a failed charge, sorry. Slight difference there for the rules pedants out there. And yeah, but I still moved up the full 7 inches. Then I moved up another burner between my zealot, who I would very much like to keep alive, and the enemy warrior on the ground floor. They're hoping to get them obscured. I didn't quite manage it, sadly, but there was a tactic there. There was a tactic. So again, because it's terror tactics, I'm advancing as fast as I can. I'm not going to critique my play. I think I'm doing this quite well. However, my enemy has for some reason backed off. I know the intention. Obviously, he's going to try and multiple charge all of my guys at the last second, kill them all before they get off the board. But that's playing a very defensive game. And although, yes, I do have more models than him, his shooting is much more effective than my shooting. He could probably have just charged straight into my line, killed all of them, and then kept going. I think what he did, if we go back to turn 2 here, is he had intended to kind of form a blocking line for the up the right hand side, but then when he realised just what he was facing, 3 burner boys, 1 a zealot, plus a demolitions boss knob with a big chopper, he decided it was possibly a poor idea, and realised that there were 3 guys coming up the left hand side as well. So he was going to fall back, reposition to the left side of the board, and deal with my commandos and try to run his guys up there, which is a fair decision, I suppose. However, I'm only moving 5 inches plus my advance move. Gene Stealers move 8 plus their advance. He could have easily beaten me off the board quite quickly, but he didn't. And as we see in this, the change here is I've moved up again. He has realised, oh yeah, terror tactics, he's going to try and get off the board. And for some reason, has kind of second guessed himself and is curling his Gene Stealer's background to try and flank them. Or, well, create a defensive line again. So he kind of started with a defensive line, broke it in the idea that he was going to run around, and then remembered terror tactics and is creating a defensive line again. I think that's where he went wrong. So anyway, lots of charging happened. Lots of flesh wounds. He got really unlucky with wound rolls here. You see my zealot has 2, my boss knob has 1, a burner has 2, both commandos have 1. It was pretty nasty. In the end, I think it was actually my boss knob shooting with his standard shooter that managed to kill the Tyranid warrior up on top there, removing a significant amount of his shooting. I see I've done 1 wound to his other warrior. That's about it. See, all of my guys are locked up in combat there. Had he been thinking a bit clearer, he could have taken this Gene Stealer here and actually done a pile-in move round the side to put him there, which would have locked both of these guys in combat. I mean, obviously this guy's running away as soon as he can. They're within 5 inches of the table edge. He's running. But he could have piled in round there. He didn't, though. He didn't. Equally, this guy probably could have piled in over to there. Oh no, you can't do that. That would have to be a consolidation move after killing the boss knob, because obviously for a pile-in move, you have to finish your movement closer to the enemy model than when you began. As we see here, there is a slight gap, so he had room to maneuver. Certainly, I would have allowed him to do it because it would have been a nice tactical play. He didn't. There we go. So anyway, what happened after that is I ran these two burners off the board. This guy backed off. He managed to kill my other commando, but my grot lived, amazingly. And in the next turn, this commando also managed to get off the board. I think I killed one or two more gene stealers. Yeah, there you go. All in all, that was a pretty successful game. I won 6-0. Oh, and also up here, we see the Kill Team campaign cards that we get. It's a special, limited edition campaign decisive strike card. There's no difference in rules. Obviously, it's just a unique looking artwork card. And we get the thing behind it. The way that works is over the first month, you need to get 4 stamps. Generally, they're doing, 1 stamp a week. But if you have to miss a week, you can do 2 games in 1 week, whatever. My local game store isn't being too strict on it. And then if you do manage to get your 4 stamps, that means in the second week, instead of getting just another one, or sorry, in the second month, instead of getting simply another one of those cards, you get a veteran card, which if you then get another 4 stamps in the second month, you get, I think it's the special dice. And if you then do another 4 stamps in the third month, you get some acrylic objective marker tokens, which I've got to be honest, I'm not super psyched about, but whatever. Here I'm up against Grey Knights. We are playing Secure Intelligence, I think it's called. 5 objectives on the board. There are 2 on my side, 1 there, 1 there. He's put 1 up top and 1 down bottom. And we have 1 right in the middle. He just had a 5-man list, as we can see there. He's got a heavy, demon hammer, all the good stuff. I'm obviously running exactly the same list. This was how we deployed. Now, a slight note. My side doesn't have an entrance. His side does, so he managed to just run straight in. I was actually at a huge disadvantage just thinking about that there. A little bit annoying, but there we go. This is after the first turn of movement. You see my burner spanner has gone down here to secure the objective. To be honest, this was a mistake. This objective never saw any play. I should have sent a Gretchen to go and pick it up. He would never have been touched. And then my burner spanner could have actually done something. As it is, as you will see for the rest of this, burner spanner doesn't move, doesn't get a single shot off, because everybody in here is constantly in melee, and he can't see the other guy here. Now he actually got a bad roll. He charged with 2 of his guys, with his leader first, at my boss knob. My boss knob, who was within overwatching range and killed his leader on Overwatch. And then the Demon Hammer guy charged. I did not kill the Demon Hammer guy. I will point out that I completely forgot to use the demolitions rule about wounding +1 to wound. My fault. Demon Hammer, really powerful. I've got to say, really powerful. Yeah, and just 1 shot my guy. These 3 burners. I don't know why this one has a flesh wound. Who knows? I'm sure there's a reason. And much to my chagrin, guys, I didn't take any more pictures for the game. But there is a reason for that. Nothing changed. On turn 1, he broke. However, Recover Intelligence isn't a mission that ends when a team breaks, so we continue to play it out. Nobody scored the middle objective for the first 2-3 turns, I think, because we're all in there equally, and only people on the ground floor count. because it has to be within 2 inches from base to the objective. As mentioned, my burner spanner over here did nothing. Absolute waste. But I couldn't run him away, which is the annoying thing there. The hammer guy in here killed my boss knob, then killed a commander behind him, then actually charged over to here against my 3 big shooters. Killed all 3 of them to capture my objective for 2 points every battle round. I didn't kill his heavy. I actually ran my or advanced my commando up to the top floor, so I was capturing his. And then my 3 burners proceeded to whiff for the next 3-4 rounds, completely unable to kill his Grey Knight here. His standard Falchion guy. I think it might be a Zealot, but he didn't charge again, so it wasn't too big a deal. In the end, I actually managed to run my Gretchen leader through into there to be able to capture the middle point, which is very, I mean, that's quality Gretchen play there. Sneaking around, being a Gretchen. Very nice. Eventually, my kill team never broke actually, but I did have most of them unable to move because of flesh wounds and failing break tests. And that was it. Oh, we drew in the end. If I were to replay this, where did I go wrong? The burner spanner being down here was an obvious mistake. Also, his objective 5 was never touched. That was a mistake. At one point, I should have taken this burner and just said, screw it, I'm out, and just run off. Get those I should have played the objectives more. The thing was, I had 3 guys all here. I was like, I've got to be able to kill this one Grey Knight, and then I can capture the objective. It's an easy one. It wasn't. I did not manage to kill his Grey Knight. In fact, his Grey Knight killed 2 of my burners. So, annoying. Very much so. And because we drew, quite possibly if I'd taken my burner, sat on that for a single turn, I'd have gotten the point I needed. One minor point is that his kill team broke on the first turn and we forgot to play that he gets -1 to hits. There were definitely a few times when he got hits that he shouldn't have gotten. But that's the game you play. If you forget to enforce a rule on a roll and then you remember after the rolls are made, you can't say, oh, you just killed my model, but remember your hit roll. You shouldn't have hit on that. It's too late. The roll's done. So that's fine. Had we played this to the rules, I think I'd have probably won. But there we go. And that's it, guys. That's my 2 games. That's only going to count for 1 stamp for me. But it was pretty good. I've got to be honest, when it comes to, wrap cleanup, round cleanup, match cleanup, whatever, I don't have a huge burning desire to level up my guys. Like, I don't really care. I'm quite enjoying just playing individual games, and I'm not really burning to go ahead and do, a campaign. I don't feel like I want level 2, 3, 4 specialists. Perhaps that's because I haven't fully done their data cards and their data sheets, and I haven't finished painting them, so I don't have that connection to them yet. Maybe that'll change. But, I've marked everything up just in case. So, although by the end of this absolute bloodbath, I only had 3 models left on the board. It was crazy. Yeah, quite how he came back from being 2 models down from the first turn, I don't really know. Again, because we forgot that he was -1 to hit in both shooting and the fight phase. But there you go. One final thing to note is you'll see the objectives here. They're just the standard Ork objectives. However, I would like to give a big shout out to a guy that I met at Warhammer World. He happened to recognize my voice, and it turns out he watches the channel. His name's Phil, and I think his name's Phil. I'm terrible with names. He even wore a name badge that said his name. It's gone. It's gone. He actually very kindly gave me, he'd made some custom objective markers for every person that he was going to play at the tournament that weekend, and he very kindly gave 6 of them to me. They're all very nice, and I hope to use those for future games. Couldn't take them with me this time because unfortunately I'd left them at work, which is where I keep all my kill team stuff. So, needless to say, I've got some awesome looking objective markers coming up in future battle reports. Hope this has been interesting. What do you guys think? Where do you guys think I went wrong? How could I have done better in this second game? Because I've got to say, after breaking him on the first turn, killing 2 of his guys on the first turn, to then end with a draw, we finished, turn 4 was our last turn, we didn't play turn 5. Like, how did it go so wrong? Let me know, because I don't know, like, this should have been an easy one. To be honest, I'm also not 100% sure, but I think he may have counted extra victory points. Who knows? But I think now I'm just blaming random things. No, I'm sure he did get those victory points. I can't see how he did though. Just adding it up in my head. But whatever. But whatever. How can Orks best Grey Knights? Let me know. I think, as I said, my big issues were I had a big unit here doing nothing. I should have had a grot on that, and then I should have had somebody up here getting me 2 victory points a turn instead of screwing around in the middle. Obviously, my thought process there was, oh, well, if I can hold the first objective here in the middle, that's 3 victory points. But this one here is only 2. My mistake. Anyway, guys, I hope this has been vaguely interesting. Let me know what I should have done, because I definitely didn't play this to the best of my ability. We also forgot the scouting phase on this second mission, by the way. Just remember that literally right now. Anyway, I hope everyone's having a great night. Are you guys playing in your local kill team campaigns? If so, what prize are you looking forward to the most? Obviously, it's the medals. We all know we want the medals. But what else are you looking forward to the most from that? And hope you've all had a great day. Glass half dead, signing out.